What's up, guys? This is Citrus here. Today we're talking about some more Fallout London. Unfortunately, on my last two videos, there's been a lot of excuses that people are making for this dev team. And today we're going to go over all the points that they're trying to make and try and see if we can make sense of it and tell them why they're wrong. So the first point that people are making is that the game is free. It's going to be a free-to-play game. Why am I whining about it? I don't have to pay anything for it. It's going to come out and I get to play it for free. Well, that's a bullshit excuse. It's a worthless argument. They're advertising the game to their community. They've built a community that they're advertising to, and they're just stringing their community along. Just because it's free does not excuse them from criticism, from making bad decisions. If the mod releases and it's a buggy, glitchy mess, are you going to be cool with that just because it's a free game? Hey man, it's a free game. Just because it's a buggy mess and you can't really play it even though it's released, it's free. Don't worry about it, dude. Second point, they make money. They do make money. It's a free game, but they make money. They have a Patreon, which they get money. Not a lot, but they do make money from it. They make money from their YouTube views. Their release announcement got over 2 million views. I don't need to tell you guys, or maybe I do, but that's a good chunk of change. Just because it's free, you know why it's free? Because they're not allowed to charge for the game. If they tried to charge for this game, Bethesda would come after they ass like Nintendo did for Yuzu. So they announced a release date, but they're not telling anyone. They said it's going to be coming in days/weeks. Well, as of posting this video, it is June 17th. It has now been 11 days, nearly 2 weeks since that announcement. Well, that days/weeks didn't really hold up, did it? If you go in and look in their Discord, you can tell that Priscilla, who's apparently the PR team, apparently they do have a PR team. I don't know why this person wasn't telling Darren that he's a fucking moron for saying that it's going to be coming out in days/weeks. But apparently Priscilla had to correct Darren on this statement and said that it was never days away. It's more several weeks away, immediately contradicting Darren and casting doubt on the entire validity of anything any of the dev team says. That's just a bad look. The second thing on that is there's no way to verify the claims of them having a set release date because they're not telling anybody. They've already set a precedent themselves that they delay the game at the slightest inconvenience. It's not a good look. The way they're handling this release is extremely poor and does not bode well for the game itself. I won't be surprised if the game comes out and it's super buggy, super glitchy, and it's a mess, to be honest. Another point there is that Enderall. If you haven't heard of Enderall, it's an entire reconstruction of Skyrim with its own story, its own assets, and everything. It uses some of the Skyrim assets, but it has a lot of custom assets. And you know what happens when Skyrim gets an update? It doesn't have an effect on Enderall because Enderall launched on a specific version of Skyrim. They picked a specific version and said, hey, we're going to release Enderall for that version of Skyrim so that if Skyrim ever gets an update, it doesn't fuck with our game. Fallout London could have done this exact same thing, but they chose not to. That's another big problem. Apparently the game was ready to go on April 25th for a stable version of Fallout 4. And instead of release the game for a stable version of Fallout 4, just like Enderall did for Skyrim, they chose to delay it. And now they're dealing with all these, apparently, they're dealing with all these bugs in the new, the next gen version of Fallout 4 that's caused them to delay for this long. I just don't think that was a good idea. They could have released it for a stable version, just like Enderall did, with their own launcher that had nothing to do with any updates from Fallout 4. But they refused to release the ready-to-go version. And if you ask them why they didn't release the ready-to-go version on April 25th for the older version of Fallout 4, they won't tell you. They simply will not tell you. That is a big red flag. Like, if they had an actual reason, they would say it. It's that simple. If they could quell the questions that people have, the doubt that people are casting on this, they would do it. But they're not saying anything. That's another huge red flag. Another thing, Fallout 4 Script Extender, the thing that makes all like essential mods for Fallout 4 work, was fixed. It was updated on May 13th, over a month ago now. Which means, why is it taking over a month for Fallout London to launch? That's over a month by today's standards. We don't even know when Fallout London is going to come out. It could be another month from today's date. It just really doesn't make sense. And it's casting doubt on the entire validity of this project. It doesn't make them look good. Every day that goes by that they're silent, that they're not talking about it, it makes me less. It makes me more and more worried about the project. I want this to be good. The gameplay trailer looks awesome. The release trailer looks awesome, but that's all they've launched. They haven't said shit since then, and it's really worrying. I love Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, even Fallout 4. They're some of my favorite games of all time, and that's why I'm being critical of these guys. They're not immune to criticism just because it's free, just because they're a volunteer team, just because it's a passion project. And you shouldn't be simping for them just because of all those reasons. They should be held accountable for this. Anyways, that's my take. If you have any more concerns, feel free to post them down in the comments. I would love to debate them. I want to keep having discussions about this. I'm going to make content about Fallout London when it does come out. Hopefully it's not negative. I want to be positive about this game because I love Fallout. You can call me whatever you want. You can call me a bootlicker. You can call me a hater. I mean, go for it. But I'm being real about this. I'm not being blind. I'm being skeptical, as any person should be. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. This is Citrus out.